Custom Truck Series here on NASCAR Heat 5. Tonight in the booth with me, we're going to have three drivers, New Kebab Quantum, Dougie Tibbetts, as well as Scott Fuller rubbing them. And my co-commentator is going to be Enick22, Eric, weird-ass last name. You guys know how we like to do our special pre-race introductions and do a little bit of bring in another league and talk to them. Tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. Tonight is the love for the disabled 100, and so tonight we're going to bring one of our own drivers. This is Rubbenham, aka Scott Fuller. We're going to talk a little bit about disabilities and how that doesn't affect you on a game like this, and you can compete regardless. So say hello, Scott.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
All right, Rubbenham, aka Scott Fuller. He's been a driver. You've seen him all season. He drives that number 33 Chevy pickup. You also see him in other leagues such as the Cringe Motorsports League. But something you didn't know about him is he's a man that drives in a wheelchair. Rub, can you go ahead and talk just a little bit about what caused you to be in that wheelchair?
Well, I've got this disease called IBM, inclusion body myositis. And basically, what my doctor explained to me was the proteins in my body, instead of rebuilding your muscles like normal, like after you work out or whatnot, they're using my muscles as food in eating my body. They're bad proteins in my body, basically. So, yeah, just a complete muscle loss over the whole body, but I found a way to set up my own little stand with a wheel and pedals and stuff and whatnot. Now I do have to lift my legs to put them on the pedals. So the road courses where you got to brake a lot are kind of difficult for me, but I try to make it work.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, right? So you have to, while we're driving through the track, everybody else is turning left and they're hitting the gas and the brake as hard as they possibly can, right? And so you have to pick up your leg and put it on the gas, the throttle pedal, as well as if you're going to lift, you kind of have to pick your leg up from the throttle, right? So seeing you run up in the top five, not that it's unusual, but the difficulty level for you is about 10 times as much as the others, right? But you've grown accustomed to that, yeah?
Yeah. And now once I put my foot on the pedal, I can lift it up enough to let the throttle off. It's just if my foot wasn't on the pedal, then I can't pick it up that high to put it on top. So sometimes I catch myself not lifting all the way, still in the gas when I'm meaning to be all the way out of it. And as far as braking goes, yeah, once my foot's on the brake, I got to lift it up there to put it on top. But say I got to brake like real hard, I have to push my leg down with my hand so to brake hard, So yeah, I have a couple of extra hurdles that I have to deal with versus the regular driver.
You said extra hurdles, right? But it doesn't stop you from being out here competing with some of the top drivers in what the NASCAR Heat 5 game, correct?
Right. Yeah, there's some really, really good drivers in this series here.
And you still have just as much fun, yeah?
Oh yeah, I have a whole lot of fun, and most of the drivers don't know I'm in a wheelchair, so and I don't put it out there because I want to be driven just like everybody else, which they do. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. So Scott, I've known you now for about 2.5 years, and as a personal level, and about a month and a half ago, you reached out to me, and you mentioned that you want to do this. I know other drivers that have had issues along these lines. Adam Troutman, A-Trout, his name is, over at the Cringe Motorsports League. He was in a car accident, lost his legs. He still races to this day. But what made you want to bring notification to the handicap disability as far as the NASCAR Heat League is concerned?
Well, it was just the fact that I am in a wheelchair, and not a lot of people know that. And listening to the broadcast, after the races and whatnot, and listening to you interview other guys in their leagues and stuff, and I thought this would be a great way to put my situation out there, and as well to let other drivers know that you can overcome those hurdles, whatever hurdle you may have in front of you, and eventually with enough practice and dedication, get in these leagues and lobbies with the faster guys, But the fact that I didn't put my issue out there was so that I could, while I was practicing, it took me a while to get halfway decent to where I felt comfortable enough to put it out there, in case somebody was to come, follow the situation and watch. I didn't want to make a fool of myself, but in this lobby was like Cola and Flash and these other guys. Those are really fast guys. Now I'm not up there in the top, top of the pack, but you know, I've gotten a lot better.
Well, first off, I want to say that was awesome that you didn't mention the other two in-race reporters, Nuka Bob Quantum and Dougie Higgins. But, heartfelt, naturally, you guys are getting ready to go green. Qualifying's over, so, it's heartfelt what you're going through, naturally. I know that I have a mother-in-law who has no legs, being a cancer survivor, so on my end, it's really heartfelt, and so from everyone here at Sim Racing League, I think now that we've been able to talk about this, first and foremost, you're probably going to get the fan vote here tonight at the Love for the Disabled 100. But man, what you're going through is it's definitely hard, and being able to come out here every week and compete with some of the top talent in NASCAR Heat 5, that's an honor, I would assume. And so, good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir, but I qualified poorly. That's your fault.
Well, you were talking to me the whole time, so I'll take a little bit of credit.
But thanks for having me on here, and thanks for putting us on. And
Absolutely.
up to the forefront.
Unfortunately, we're getting ready to go green, guys, so that means that the interviews part of the pre-race is going to come to an end here in about...
Now, right?
Yeah, you can leave the chat if you so choose. Yeah, you can go in the rest of them.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
So,
all right, thanks, guys.
We're now going to be getting to go on track here with Nuka Bob Quantum as Owen Bridges, as well as Dougie Higgins, a.k.a. Dougie Tibbetts. Enick22 is going to be in the booth with me. He's my co-commentator. Can you guys make sure that he gets an invite as well, please?
I'll send him one right now.
All right, cool. Thank you for somebody responding to me. So, Dougie, you were the first one to respond to me. So, how's the truck feeling as you get ready to enter this race? I know that you're a little bit further back in the point system, but a good race could move you up, as well as a couple good races in a row could move you into the top 12, trying to advance the Xfinity Series. So, how's the truck feeling, and do you think you have a long run or short run truck?
Well, we just did a practice race not too long ago, and I had to work myself back from 2 laps down, but I added a little bit of turn into the front of the truck. I was a little tight on entry at the beginning of the run and stuff, and I learned that I have the truck that can last longer than Chase's rear right tire can, so I'm a little hopeful on that for the final stage if it goes green all the way. So we're launching right now. We're gonna start this Vane 16 Toyota here. It's in 11th, but work our way forward, hopefully.
I gotta say, regardless of how you do, that 16 truck is one of the best looking trucks out there. Unfortunately, the driver of that 16 truck is less than to be desired. I got told I can blue screen and join right now, so unfortunately my voice is the only one you're gonna hear right now. I know it's a pretty sexy voice, but yeah.
Well, let's add in another sexy voice there, man.
Oh, there's an Enoch. Enoch, you got some invites. You're good to go ahead and join.
Yes, sir.
And before we get in there, I want to throw out there that Moore, the driver of the 00 today, decided to let everybody know that he thinks he's a great pre-race indicator, as he talks about. Let me see if I can find it here, and I'll just go ahead and play it live on air. When he was a little concerned, we all heard it. He sent it to the... Yeah, I'm loading in.
Last time I drove this scheme, though, we took her and ran up top 5 at Bristol and finished in the top 5, I believe, with 6, something like that. So.
That's got to be a good thing, because that was your only top 5 of the season, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, we now bring you back to your normal broadcasting.
And that's our Moore. That's our driver of the 00, thinking that he was cool in our chats. He was lack of. But it's your bro Chase, 52 car, 52 truck, Halmar Chevy, usually driven by Stuart Friesen. But Chase Williams will be driving it tonight. That's E-Nick's favorite driver here in the Sim Racing League, as he's going to start on the pole, and he leads us. And he looks like he's going to take the lead and be the leader of lap 1. Over to you, E-Nick.
Oh, yeah, he gets that lead by quite a bit. Looked like there was going to be a battle for second. There still might be one. Oh, man, I love seeing them one on the bottom, one way up top. Let's see how that follows through the race, as everyone's clean as usual in Sim Racing League. And I don't believe in jinxes, so I can say that. And I don't want jinxes. But, yeah, it looks like some pretty clean racing so far here in this truck.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this is our lowest truck count of the season as we get ready to enter the playoffs. Next week is actually going to be the last chance race. The points leader after this race gets to choose the race, so unfortunately, I can't tell you who that's going to be yet. Looks like Keystone Cowboy in the 3, Boomhauer Chevrolet got a little bit loose there, made a little contact with somebody, but they're still green at this point as they're still going. But yeah, so it looks like Billy Holcomb, the 51 truck, which is actually the one involved in that incident with the 3, he's the points leader now, has a good 50-point margin, so that he could lose it to Coach Matt in the 2, but odds on the 51 should be the points leader after this race, but he will get to choose next week's race. Kind of cool thing that we do here at Sim Racing League that not a lot of leagues do. But yeah, go over to you, E-Nick.
Yeah, right now I'm taking a look over at Higgins, man, and he's doing a nice job on the inside of that 40 truck. It's a little loose. You know, sometimes you got to save the other guy by hurting yourself, and you know, I think that was a class act move right there. That's 16, not taking the 40 out, but he lost a lot of positions, and it's a long race. I think looks like he's got a pretty good, strong truck.
Yeah, 100 laps here at Iowa Speedway. That's a lot of laps at a track like this. As you spoke about the inside and the outside lane, this is definitely one of the best tracks on the game as far as multi-groove racing. So I expect to see a lot of the side-by-side action. But right now, the 52 of It's Your Bro Chase 6 is just, he's probably out to a 7-8 truck length lead over Brennan. So that 52 truck is hauling the mail right now, but is that a short run truck, or is that going to be a long run where his tires and fuel will last as long as everybody else's?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps this comfortable lead that he's got, because like he said, it's a long race, 100 laps. You don't want to burn it all up. I think I call it Harvicking, you know, where you kind of just leave a nice comfort zone area, you know, that room, and he'll save his stuff a little bit, let them all fight as they are doing for second place.
Yeah, I was practicing earlier with the 68 truck of Evil Ogre Grippin, and he had a really strong truck. I mean, I won the races, of course, but this 68 truck was all over my tail end the whole entire time, and he didn't seem to ever have the fall off that some of the other guys that I was practicing with did. As you see the 97 of Dark Knight on the inside of him right now, this is for second place, but somebody that I got to keep my eyes on, that 2 of Coach Matt. He enters this race second in points. He wants to be able to choose the race for next week, and he's only about 30 points out, so a perfect night for him could give him the opportunity to choose next week's race. And guys, he was telling me Sonoma would be his choice. That's a dangerous track right there.
I love that pick. I forgot about Matt in that too. The last race I was a part of, I think he was doing fairly well. I really liked watching that guy. And
last race you were a part of, he won.
Oh yeah, all right. See, yeah. So maybe you'll get another victory today. The 97 and the 68 finally single file as they were battling it out, and that 97 was able to edge ahead on the bottom line there. That's some good racing, man. Some nice different lines. It's tough to find, and you said it. This track's one of them.
Yeah, so this track, actually, it's really intriguing to me. I know that all these drivers you're seeing on your screen right now, they're kind of like pinching the bottom all the way around the track, but I know that as a driver, I prefer running the high side in turns 1 and 2. It kind of saves your tires a little bit, and you get that crazy runoff on on the straightaway, right? So I like the outside in 1 and 2. As you see, the 94 of Trinity Beast Mode kind of running about mid-groove, but I like that outside line in turns 1 and 2, and I really like to pinch the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Kind of a different aspect than what you're seeing is the 15, he's running the outside in 3 and 4, and the bottom in 1 and 2. Of course, he's trying to make a pass, but 3 wide coming out of 3 now here, or coming off 4 for those 3 drivers. But this is my favorite track in the game, absolutely, simply because of the multi-groove racing. As we see the 97 and the 68 battling it out again for position number 2.
Yeah, and I'm following Robin here, and he's doing a great job around that 88. And you were talking about, you know, low line, high line. He was riding around in the middle, just you know, keeping his cool, letting them sort each other out. And now he picked off one. He's going after, I believe that's the 38 there.
Yeah, and how cool is it, right? So he was our pre-race interview. This man is riding in a wheelchair. He has to literally reach his hands down, pick his leg up to control his throttle. So how cool is it to see somebody like Scott Fuller in that 33 truck rubbing him, being able to compete with some of the top drivers in all of NASCAR Heat 5, being in a wheelchair, somebody that has to pick up his leg and put that throttle down, and as well as pick it up just to lift to get off the gas a little bit.
Man, you got to appreciate someone that accepts a challenge and is very humble about it all. I wouldn't have known. He's running extremely well. It's not, you know, and he's adapted and he's doing great, and it's awesome to see. I hope that you know, I know there's a lot of other disabled people that I've raced with, that I still race with, that I'm pretty close with. And we've had a conversation as the 52 is pitting.
The race leader on pit road right now.
Yeah. But
interesting,
you know,
to see him come to pit road right now. He's the first taker of all the lead lap cars. Was he pushing his truck too much here on the entrance? Go ahead, back with the Rubbenham thing.
You know, well, I gotta say, it's like maybe he's trying to dictate the pace of the race. You know, he's saying, I'm pitting, I'm gonna put it in your, you know, maybe the fall off was too much. Like, I gotta pit now. I don't know, but you know, I've been racing with folks that are disabled that can't drive cars, and this is a great thing for them, where they can experience all that, and it made me realize that technology is pretty amazing. And I don't know, it's got to be tough, man. I don't know, it's got to be hard to overcome all those challenges, but it's good to see. He's doing a great job. And Coach Matt too, he's hitting pit road too. He had a very mild approach to pit road, so I think he's going to lose some time getting off, but it's better than losing 15 seconds because of the penalty.
I actually like what the 2 did there. A lot of times the driver is going to drive it in deep here, and at Iowa, if you drive it in too hard and you try to get below that yellow line to go to pit road, it's going to cause your truck to actually spin and or get tight where you miss the pit road entrance. So I like what the 2 did there. He kind of entering 3, rode on the apron all the way around. Yeah, it's a little bit slower of a pace, but it's definitely going to make sure that you don't spin out there.
Yeah, you know, I don't know for sure, but you had to have lost races by having a pit road mishap. If you haven't, you're amazing or you're a liar. But I feel like we've all had races lost by.
Breaking news: Enoch just called me an amazing liar. Right, so
liar. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Nah, yeah, you get it.
Billy Holcomb, our points leader, is having a very tough night, seeing a lot of damage on that 51 truck, as well as he's riding around, as you guys just seen on air there, through 3 and 4. His truck is a little too tight. He got up into the outside retaining wall, but the truck's still going, and at a race like this with only 15 trucks, all he's got to do is kind of show up and show out. You know, if he can pick up 1 or 2 positions, I feel like he's going to have the points lead at the end of this race, which is going to give him that selection. So the 51 and the 2 truck, right, we're going to keep an eye on them because those are the top 2 in points, and this being a huge night as far as the Sim Racing League, next week is going to be the first time ever we've had the last chance race where the points leader gets to choose the race. So that's huge. The 51, again, having a hard time. You see him following the 2 truck right now. now the 2 truck is the truck sitting second in points. We're going to go down to you, Dougie Tibbetts, as this is the disabled, Love for Disabled 100. How's the truck feeling, and how disabled is it? Because it looks horrible from my view right now.
Yeah, ever since Enoch caught me lacking in 1 and 2 there that one time, I caught the seam, and she just hasn't had it really since.
My bad.
No, you're good. I pushed the limit there on strategy. I stayed out just as long as anybody else, I think, and I don't know. We're going to throw a couple things at her here on the stage break and try to come back at it strong.
All right, question out in the YouTube land. So William Stalker, I believe that to be NASCAR WPS is his name. He asked, what changes do we think that the drivers need to make? So it's really a questionable mark. If I'm the 52 truck, I'm probably going to go with tighten the truck up. He looks like he might be a little loose. That's why he came down pit road early. However, my co-commentator here, Enoch, he might be correct in the concept of he was just trying to dictate the race, be the first one to pit road. You get the 4 fresh tires first, you're going to make all the other leaders go for it first. So that may have been the situation, but that truck looks a little loose on my end, which is probably burning that right rear. If I'm a driver like the 16, if I'm me, I would be trying to go to pit road and get a new driver. But that's just me. I don't really know what all these other people need. Over to you, Enoch.
Ooh, yeah, it's the 52. Wow, man, he got tight in the middle of 1 and 2 and almost caught the wall. He paper thin between him and the wall there, but he was battling with the 3, and like you said, I think that's just a product of him being on a few older, a few laps older tires. But I don't know the 3 situation here. But
I think I'm not going to say it wrong, but I think what happened, I think the 52 got into the rear end of the 3 entering that corner, and I believe that to be what caused the tightness. When you make contact, it kind of shoots your own truck up there. It's not quite as realistic as real life, as typically when you make contact with the truck in front of you, it's going to send them shooting up the track. In this one, it'll actually make both trucks shooting up the track. But Owen, over to you. You're in the 88. Owen left.
He can't be in here. His brother's girlfriend's watching Netflix in the background.
Oh, is that the end of the stage?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you give me a rundown of the top 5?
Top 5, you're going to have It's Your Bro Chase, Dark Knight, Trinity Beast Mode, War, and BBS Brennan.
So, Bro Chase did get the stage win?
Yes, sir.
He actually wrote me this week, right? So he was trying to figure out, what do I need to do to make the playoffs? And I told him, I was like, honestly, I'm going to be legit with you with how many races you missed. You're probably in trouble as far as making the playoffs, but as far as making the Xfinity next season, you have a good shot. But I did tell him, I said, if you can sweep everything the next 2 weeks, there's actually your odds of making the playoffs are going to improve. So I told him, sweep everything. He's out here, got the pole, won stage 1. He's on his way right now to try to do that. So watch that 52, give it everything he's got, as he's now going to take the lead in stage 2 as it begins over the 97 of Dark Knight, the 94 of Trinity Beast Mode. Those are the 2 owners of Old School Motorsports, followed by War and BBS Brennan. Over to you, Enoch.
Yeah, and I'm trying to catch up here with this too. Coach Matt, he's got the 68 on his inside, the 88 right on his tail. He started second here tonight, and he's got a lot of work to make up to catch up to that 52, who isn't really pulling away, which is interesting to see. But there's a lot of side-by-side action throughout this field. Everyone is going real well together. The 2 and the 88 kind of get together. The 16 has to check up, but they all do a great job keeping their composure. Let's see if the 2 can make up that ground.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we have a newcomer into the stream. Unfortunately, McLovin, I did not send you an invite.
I am in here right now. Brennan sent me an invite.
Okay, cool. So we have JCR McLovin. He's typically on the track. He has decided to take his talent elsewhere tonight. We might see him on the track in the future, or we might see him on the track next season in the rookie class, or trying to advance next season, as he only made, 4 races, I believe, this season anyways?
Yeah, something like that. I think 4.
You're good friends with Coach Matt, right? So, unfortunately, by Coach Matt not getting enough stage points in this last stage, he is going to be mathematically be unable to take the points lead before the end of this race, which is going to cause him to not be able to pick the track for next week, right? So, as a crew chief for the two truck, what are you telling him now? Is it a calm down and just run your race, or is it you've kind of lost what you were going for? Balls to the wall, go get that dub.
Well, coming into this race, he knew the odds of him actually winning that championship, even with stage point, was going to be.
Well, the championship's there. It's the end of the season points. Points
end of the season, regular season. But he knew it was going to be very hard to reach that Billy up there, so he came into this race looking at it as just run the best race he can. This is typically, we've talked about it, not a really good track for Matt. But he's, as I see here, he's looking under Billy. He's trying his best right now. He looks to be a little bit snug here, but that could actually help him here on the long run, considering Iowa's one of these tracks where the farther you go, the more the back end starts to
it gets
out.
loose quick on you here. Enoch, I'm going to go over to you real quick. The 52 has to sweep everything, right? This is your favorite driver, the 52 Bro Chase. He's your cheer on. Not to show favoritism, but it's pretty clear you like him, right?
Him and the two, yep.
He's got to sweep everything to hope and pray that he makes the playoff, right? But how huge is it for those guys that are sitting 11th and 12th right now that the 52, if he doesn't make the playoffs, is stealing those playoff points from those that do?
Oh wow, man, that's some deep thinking. Yeah. Wow, man, I don't really know what to say about that. Like, that is pretty big for those guys in the back. They're gonna have to make up some positions and try and hope that way. To me, it's gonna be it's your bro Chase's race to lose. You know, that's how it's gonna end up. Whenever you're like really dominating something, if you're gonna lose, it's because something you did. So this is his race to lose right now. One thing that's good about him is he's always calm and collected. So I don't think he's gonna, like with that 97 being closer than anyone's been all night, I don't think he's worried about that. And yeah, I don't know. Those guys have to be wondering. I don't know.
Dougie, I'm going to go over to you while you're on track. You're not really dealing with a whole lot other than looks like a loose 16 truck. Are you setting yourself up for stage 3 right now and just kind of riding in stage 2, or are you trying to pick up as many positions as you possibly can right now?
I'm letting the truck run its race here. I think is the best way to run it. I'm pretty confident heading into stage 3, if it goes green the whole way, that my truck will be able to make it 2 full runs. But no, I was just trying to give Billy space so he can make it through clearly and cleanly, because he's clearly got a faster truck than I do. And
well, right, we've all seen you drive. We know that you don't have a fast truck.
Right, exactly.
Right, roger that. McLovin, in stage 1, you weren't here for it. Yeah, I'm starting to see a few takers. Arcam looks like the 00, but McLovin, you have been a part of a lot of these races where you're the leader as well as the guy that is in second place, right? So in stage 1, we seen the 52 truck. You weren't here yet, but the 52 truck kind of took off right out the gate in stage 1, and he was the first one to pit. It seemed to not necessarily benefit him, but he did get the stage win. If you're him in stage 2, are you going to take off like that? Are you going to do what he's doing here and maybe let the 97 stay on your tail, kind of conserve what you have and make it a little bit longer? Or do you think the 97 has just made adjustments to be able to stay up with him?
Well, if I'm the 52 right now, I'd most likely be controlling the pace. As the leader, it's the best opportunity to do that. And like you're saying, I would probably save some tire here if this was me. I mean, you got the lead, you can control how fast you're going. Honestly, if that 97 were to get to him and he was really worried about his tire wear, I would actually, just let him by. But he seems to be pulling away a little bit from that 97 now. I don't know if the 97 made a mistake or maybe he's worried about his tires, but
it looks like the 97's a little loose on exit, but go ahead, continue.
Yes. I've just always been one of the guys who likes to stretch those tires and fuel as long as possible. I like to be on the attack. So if I was the 52, I would try to stretch it as far as I can, but everyone's got a different strategy.
I'm with you on that, McLovin. McLovin just stretching it for as long as I can. But one thing that we saw too, you know, we're saying maybe he's saving his stuff. Maybe the 97 wasn't really pushing it before either. It's the second stage. He was right on the tail. He wasn't, you know, like diving in deep or like getting big runs. He was just staying there, being, you know, just taking the pace as it was. So maybe they're both playing that game, and I think that'd be smart for the 97 to do. Although he did have to hit pit road. I saw when he said he got loose, and oh boy, did he. But now we're seeing something a little different with this road chase. First stage, green flag pits. He was the first one in, and now when's he gonna pit?
Yeah, not to disagree with you, but the 97, in my head, it looks like he started out. He started the race in about mid-pack, you know, 7th, 8th position. He got himself up into a good spot in second. But it looks like trying to stay with the 52, he may have been pushing his truck a little bit too hard, and that was what was causing him to be loose on exit. As we've seen, the 52 still out on track, but the 97 had to pit, and I feel like that first place position was so close in his grasp. He wanted it so bad that he overdrove his truck, as the 52 truck comes to pit road right now as I speak.
Yeah, and I agree. But he could have overdrove it and had to pit earlier. You know, he saved a little bit. He was doing what he could. He was trying to manage that differential and push it, but don't push it too hard. You know, it's not have to pit way early. I think when he pit around with everyone else or most of the other drivers. I think that's okay. But let's see what happens when Chase exits here.
And Iowa is a very difficult track for setups as well. It's very hard to decide if you want to have a car that is very stable and got a really good long run, speed in it, or would you rather have a car that is maybe blazing out the gates but very hard to control later on? And it looks like the 52, he's probably got, I would say, the most consistent truck out here. But the 97 does have some very good short run speed, so he should be able to get out in front of him here, I would think, on these 4 fresh tires. But will he be able to stay in front of him? I'm not sure.
It's funny you say that, right? So I did practice with these guys earlier, and I was running with them, and the first practice I did, I just
and the 52 got together, slowed the 52 down.
I just took my cup setup and I threw it right into my trucks, and out the gate, my car was like a rocket. I had a 3-second lead within the first 5 laps, right? And then on lap 10, I was struggling so hard to handle it that I gave up the 3 seconds plus, and then I eventually spun out. So, is that something 52's fighting with? We've seen him take off earlier in the start. This time he might be babying a little more, knowing that he's got that much of a car, that instead of getting a 3-second advantage, he kind of lasted. So instead of getting loose on lap 10, he was getting loose on lap 15, because they have about a 20-lap fuel run here, right? So real quick, Dougie, how many laps you got left in the stage, and who is the leader?
Chase is the leader, coming to 5 to go. Yes, coming 5 to go.
Chase being the leader, that makes me think that something happened in 97 on his pit stop, considering, you know, he came in a good handful of laps before Chase.
Well, given how late Chase pushed it, he may or may not have just taken right side tires.
Well, actually, so if you guys were watching the stream, I had it on the 97 truck when he got really, really loose off turn 4, and he almost lost it, and it almost looked like he was brake checking the field, trying to save it down there. So, Dark Knight has a good, strong truck, but again, I feel like he's trying too hard to make up ground that he doesn't necessarily need to, and if it's me, I'm going to go ahead and try to save what I can, but let's make a call now before the beginning of Stage 3. I'm going to start with you, Nick. Who is your truck to watch? And let's not go with the obvious.
No, I'm not going to go with the obvious. I still want to see something out of that too. I like the way he races.
You took McLovin's pick.
That's McLovin's pick. Sorry, I went first.
I'm just guessing. McLovin and Coach Matt, they're good friends. I actually maybe because I race in another league with the two, but I know that McLovin is a really, really good crew chief to that two truck, and he may or may not assist a little bit in the setup of that 2 Chevrolet. So, right. On to you, McLovin. Yeah. You can't pick the 2 now, and you can't pick the 52 because that might be the obvious chase.
Here, I was gonna say, I think I might know a little bit about what Mr. Matt Montgomery has under the hood here, but I guess I can't choose him. So I think I'm gonna have to go Vitibro Chase. Very dominant truck here. Seems
Wait
to
a
be
minute,
fast
that's
on
the
short
obvious.
and long runs.
That's the
Oh,
obvious.
you want
We
me to
gotta
go
go outside
non-obvious?
the obvious. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go BBS Brennan. Very consistent driver.
Ooh, I like it.
Always there at the end, top 3, top 5 every week, and he's coming off some momentum, man. Over in the Valor Racing League, he just got his first ever win in the Xfinity Series last night, so he might be able to pull it off.
I like it.
I like
So
that.
stage 2
Wow,
is
me
going to
and
come to
Matt
an
just
end.
drag race to the
The
finish line
52
for
is
7.
your stage 2 leader. Dougie, can you give me a rundown of the top 5, and then I'll make my pick on who I believe to be the...
Bro Chase, Grippin, War, Brennan, and Billy.
Okay, so unfortunately, Grippin got second. That's amazing for him, but unfortunately, because I was going to go with the outside the obvious, I actually have 2 picks here. I was going to go with the 68 of Grippin. Like I said earlier in the race, I practiced with him. I had a good, strong car. I was beating Bro Chase, and the only truck that seemed to be able to compete with me was the 68, but apparently the 52's made some adjustments, right? So Grippin is a key to watch here tonight, as well as my other thought, right, is the 94 Sunoco. I don't know if that's Toyota or Chevy or whatever, but Trinity Beast Mode seems to have a really good stable
68
truck.
first.
I don't know if the 94 has the speed, so to say, but I haven't seen him getting loose, and I haven't seen him really getting tight. It looks like it's a good handling truck on that 94 truck.
And to your point, Enoch, I think the 68 might have beat Ichiburo Chase off the pits because of the incident he had off the exit with that 98 truck earlier in that run.
Yeah. Good call. I was wondering if a lot of people were making strategy calls, but I get you.
This is the first time all night we've seen the 52 following someone else. How is he going to handle it? Is he going to push the issue and make contact? Is he going to ride around and burn up his stuff trying to lift? As we have a dual spin, the 2 and the 94. Enoch, that would be your pick as well as one of my 2, because, you know, I'm the main broadcaster, so I get 2 picks.
They're both at the seam.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. But before they had that caution, when you were talking about what's the 52 gonna do, in that situation right there, he had trucks right at his tailgate. He's gotta push it. He needs to show what he's got now, and then maybe cool down a bit. But you know, the tires are fresh. Let's go.
I kind of disagree.
Get to the front and do it.
I kind of disagree. The 68's,
I'd rather do it sooner than later.
The 68's showing to be right now at this point in time in the race. He's showing to be the truck that you have to beat, right? So you can ride around, play defense over the guys in 3rd and 4th, and kind of watch what the 68's doing. Seeing as long as you can stay in striking distance, you can see what he's doing, what he's not doing. That might help you later on in the race. So as we get to go to restart, our Mr. Wheelchair, Mr. Scott Fuller, the 33, is our race leader. How cool is that to see here at the Love for the Disabled 100? Guys, I think it's a really good time to go with the Sim Sounds of Racing. All right, cancel that concept as we have a caution quick on the restart. But luckily you guys got to see it live here at Street Machine in the 38. A lot of incidents there. But we're going to see that probably more now than ever, as cautions bring cautions in racing.
It's
Now,
3rd stage, man. They know there's not another stage coming. They're fighting for every spot they got. Track position is very important.
yeah, unfortunately, though, that caution ties the amount of cautions that we've had in the whole season in this race, as that's now 4 cautions on the season, 2 in this race.
No, dude, I like it.
That's actually an impressive stat.
Yeah, no, dude, but I want to see some action. Where's that 52 right now? You know, what's he thinking? You told him he's got to win everything, and he's going further and further away from him. But he
Looks like he's going to restart 5th.
There we go.
Right behind Mr. Dougie Tibbetts.
Yeah, Tibbetts was in that 16, right? I was watching him through those runs, and he was very strong, and he held a great line when he was around other people. So that's good to see. And let's see what he does with the pressure of the 52.
Enoch, I feel like I should tell you,
can run.
that's an inside joke. His name's actually Dougie Higgins. I call him Dougie Tibbetts. Oh, the 94 just drives it in. Gets way up into the I don't know who the other truck was on the outside, but they both lose a lot of
52's
ground.
out there, but
52 went to the outside after, as he's trying to
oh,
clear
okay,
the
he's
40 and the
okay.
51. Yeah.
I gotta say, I think Tibbetts might be missing a nose after what happened going in the 3 and 4 there. That was a
Yeah, Dark
very,
Knight doesn't have
very
any
good big
eyeballs.
block.
97 tries to cut off the 40. He gets to the inside. It looks like he's going to have the lead. Rubbing him in the 33 on the outside. 52 is going to split them and make it 3 wide.
Middle of 3 wide, that 52. 33 is doing an excellent job on the outside line, keeping it out of the wall, and keeping an eye on those trucks to his inside as the 97 takes advantage of it, starts to pull away.
That 52 truck has a great truck, but
geez.
he's in the danger zone, as when you're in the middle like that, you're really susceptible to catching that seam that Mr. McLovin was talking about earlier. That will spin your truck out. Don't believe me? Ask the 51, ask the 2 truck. They will spin if you catch that seam.
Yeah,
You can tell right now these guys, they know they got to keep this 52 behind them. They're trying hard right now. And that 97 is trying to get going, because I'm telling you, once that 52 gets by that 40, he is going to be coming.
Yeah, the 52's,
exciting.
he's going like crazy right now, but how much of that truck is he using? Will it loosen it up on the longer run while the 97's able to save having the lead? 52 on the outside, he's going to clear the rest of the field. The 2 truck, Coach Matthew Montgomery, he's now sitting in P3 as he needs to make up all these points he can as we're getting ready to enter the playoffs. But the 52, I told him, you have to sweep everything to have an opportunity to make the playoffs. He needs to pass that 97 truck. He needs to win this race. This isn't an if, and, or but. He needs to win, because here in the Sim Racing League, a win does not lock you in. It just gives you that many more points.
Yes,
Jeez,
and I agree with you.
You know, what if that 52 wasn't really saving, like I was mentioning, and what if he just was making bad adjustments? What if he's getting inside his head right now? I don't know.
I don't find that to be true.
I will say from watching the trucks right now that it looks like the 52 is actually a little bit tighter than the 97. He's not rotating quite as well, but his advantage is he actually has about 2-lap pressure tires. Not much, but he pitted every time we've had a caution compared to that 97 who stayed out.
Yeah, but look at the truck on the inside of the 52 right now following the 97. It's that 68 who finished second in stage 2, who made the right adjustments that I spoke about being one of the top cars, top trucks in practice earlier. He has a strong truck on the same tires as the 52. How much tire did he use trying to get up through the field?
Man, they're all using it up except that 97. I feel like he's not really using it as he just slides up in front of that 52. Now he's gonna have.
The 97's giving everything he's got these last 2 laps. That 52 is right on his tail.
Woo. Yeah.
The 68 dodged the inside of that number 52.
Are left to this? This is good.
Dougie, that's to you.
Not as many as you think. Coming to 20 to go, stand by. Sorry, I'm in a cluster back here.
No, my bad.
Hey, 20 laps to go now after being green for about 5 or 6 laps. That says to me that they still have a pit stop to go, as they only had 20 laps to the tank. So how do you run this right now, right? So if you restarted with 26 to go and you only get 20 to the tank, is somebody in the back right now coasting around saving the fuel? Or is everybody going wide open trying to get there? As we see the 68 on the inside of the 52, yet again, the 52 trying to make up all this ground, but he can't run his own line because the 68 is putting all that pressure on him.
Man, this is some good racing, and I'd really like to be inside the 97's head right now, see what he's thinking. He's probably enjoying the 68, putting the pressure on the 52.
97 gets loose off 4.
But yeah, you know, like I wouldn't think of saving, but these guys in front, they might try and make a little strategy call. I don't know, McLovin, you're a driver out there. Well, what would you do if you were in the 52's position?
I'll be honest, at this point, I'm going for the lead, and then I'll be able to control the pace and decide what I want to do from there. It looks like that 97 is getting looser and looser, but I'll tell you what, you look behind these two, it's a cluster. You got a good 5 guys right here in position to take this win at this point.
Guys, let's also keep in mind. Let's also keep in mind one other thing with the Sim Racing League, right? So we have a rule: if you save more than 3 laps of fuel, that win is expunged. You lose it, right? So there's 6 laps. They would have to double that. So you can't really save it right now. But if you're the 97, he stayed out under that last caution. So he's about 10 laps short on fuel. Does he try to split this in half and get right to the 20? But as the 52, he's on the outside right now trying to take the lead on the 97. Here comes the 68 to the outside. The 2 stuck on the inside seems to be losing his momentum as his truck can't drift up on the exit. 97 pit to pit road right now.
97 and Matt to pit road.
Yep, and that's perfect. It makes me feel good because what you said, I didn't know that he didn't pit, and I'd be thinking, hey, as soon as this really starts falling off, I got to get the fresh tires. I'm not running on these old rubbers any longer.
Yeah, but was
now
it
look,
too soon?
now look at all this open ground that the 52's got.
Was it too soon for the pit road? They were coming to 18 to go when he pit, right? So when he comes off, the 52 is now about halfway through his tire tread. So he could go another 4 or 5 laps and still be able to pit with about three quarters of his tread down. The 97 may have worn all of his stuff out and been running slower pace. When the 52 does pit, he's going to come out running almost a second quicker than these guys.
Yeah, and you got to think the 52's all by himself right now, you know, so he's got fresh air, he can ride wherever he wants, he's not losing that time, he's just losing it on the tires, that's really it.
And he is pulling from the 51 right now, which is a good telltale that he's laying down some very good laps because Billy is not no slouch.
Yeah, not only is Billy no slouch,
he's solid.
Not only is Billy no slouch, Billy's the points leader to this league.
Exactly.
The guy sitting in second is losing ground to a guy that has to sweep everything. We've talked all about how Billy is the points leader and how he was struggling so bad in stage 1. But here we are in stage 3 when the points matter and he's sitting in P2 as these other drivers are already entering pit road. Sitting P3 right now, of course, the 68 of Grippin. But if you're the points leader and you're seeing a guy that knows he has to sweep everything just walking away from you on the same tires as you, how do you feel?
I mean, it can be demoralizing, man, but all you can do is run your own race and see how everything shakes out as Billy has actually stayed out and takes over the lead while the 52's on pit road.
Yeah, you can't let it get to your head. If anything, try and beat him on pit road. Try and outsmart the driver. But I watched that 52 get on pit road, and that was textbook stuff. Looked pretty good. See what happens here.
I don't know what you guys know about Itcha Broches, but that driver of that 52 truck, Nick, I just heard you say try to outsmart the driver that's beating you. It's going to be hard to outsmart the 52
outsmart
truck.
That guy?
Anybody that pays attention to the Pro League or the Pro League qualifying, that 52 truck, when he tries out or auditions for the qualifying, he's 1, 2, or 3 almost every time on those all-time leaderboards and stats. So outsmarting that 52 truck is going to be hard to do. But did Billy do it? Did the 51 truck do it? As we see Billy getting ready to come off pit road. Also, we're down to 14, 15 laps to go. Who's going to take the risk and do 2 tires instead of 4?
Look who's in front of the 52.
And I think is Brabham on the lead lap as well?
97's being held up a little bit, but yeah, that might be a lead lap car. I'm not sure, or truck. I don't know.
I think the 2 and the 97 are both on the lead lap. And look who's in front of both of them. The 33 are wheelchair man, Mr. Scott Fuller, rubbing them.
Oh,
Dougie, when you get a chance, who is our race leader?
The Dark Knight just took over the lead from Coach.
Okay, so the 97's lead truck. This is a battle for the lead that you're seeing in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. And it's
really
intensifying. 97 to the inside of 33. This is...
He's got fresher tires.
Yeah, the 97 putting the 33 lap down, right? But how tight or loose is that 52 truck? It's about 3 lap difference on tires, but the 2 truck pit with the 97, right? So the 52 is stuck on the outside. How good can these guys control the bottom? I believe this is the 52's race to lose. But when you're running
too much drive off on those fresh tires,
the second issue to that, right? So when you're stuck on the outside, does he catch the seam and spin himself out?
Man, that would be something. You know, it's like when you don't think of the obvious, and then that's what bites you. That's probably what would happen in that case. But I mean, he's looking good up there.
Now that he's taking the lead,
97. Oh, that was tough for him though.
Now that he's taking the lead, I don't see anybody beating that 52 truck, right? But move of the race, the 2 of Coach Matt, he entered pit road in about 5th, 6th place. He's sitting in 3rd right now. The 1 truck we have to keep our eyes on is the guy sitting in 4th right behind that 33 truck, the 51 of Billy Holcomb, our points leader, with the freshest tires of all of the leaders, is racing them down. But does he have enough for the 52? I don't think so, but only time will tell.
Yeah. You know, I'm going around these trucks now.
What's that?
How many to go?
They are hitting 4 to go right now.
4 laps remain for Bro Chase, who I told earlier today, I said you got to sweep absolutely everything for 2 straight weeks. He won stage 1, he won the pole, he won stage 2. He's entering 3 and 4 right now, coming to 3 laps to go. He's won everything, and he's got about a 6 truck length over P2, who's sitting on older tires. The 52 of It's Your Bro Chase, Chase Williamson, is looking strong and really good to be a race winner here at Iowa Speedway.
I'll tell you this, though, I think there's about to be a battle for second, but before the end of this, Billy is coming.
Right, man, he is flying. He's flying. I'm watching the 2, and it's just like, you know, hey, you're fast. Let's go. You go. But yeah, good call there. I wanna catch this. There's a lot of clean trucks out here, right, which is
2
surprising
laps
to
remain.
see, man. A lot of clean trucks.
15 trucks started this race. We've had 2 cautions entering the stage 3, the beginning of stage 3, which I feel like that played a huge role, because had we stayed green in stage 3, they actually would have had to make 2 stops instead of 1. So I feel like that played a huge role in who our race winner is. But at the same time, that 52 truck has been dominant all night long. I don't know if anybody could have stopped him, but that 51 knows in his head, I'm not just here to say that I was the end of the season champion. I want to prove why, as he drives it in hard. The 97 follows, drives hard. This is the white flag lap. This is for second. Oh, sorry, they're coming to the white flag. No, that is it. That is it. I don't know who got second.
Your winner.
I don't know if 52 of It's Your Bro Chase wins the race, but who got P2?
Looks like Billy got P2 and 97 got P3 from my perspective, but we'll get that.
That's correct.
Great racing.
Mr. Freeman.
What a battle by the 97, though, on older tires to do the crossover on the 51 to try to get there. So I'm going to go ahead and invite these guys into the chat party. Whether or not they join is not my problem, but if they want to get 10 seconds fair time.
And that right there is why Billy is your regular season champion. The consistency he's showed all season has been amazing.
Yeah, that 51 truck, you know, he did amazing. You know what I mean? Not only did he do amazing in this race, but he's done amazing all season in being not the fastest truck. I have yet to see him be the fastest truck of a race, but when it comes down to it, he's just simply outscoring people.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't even think I looked at his truck once until maybe 30 to go in the whole entire race. And he was there when it counted and picked up a nice finish. But yeah, if he wants that championship, he's going to have to do a little bit more.
You know, this is going to be kind of cool because we might, while he's in here, we might get the insight on where we're going next week.
Well, I think I got a new nickname for Billy, and it matches old Happy Harvick's old nickname, Mr. Where Did He Come From? Because at the end of every race, there he is.
I mean, I didn't see him anywhere the whole race, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here he comes.
Yeah, I was impressed as well with the 2, because you know we made our picks, and then that restart and the 2, you know, something happened, and Caddy, you're like, oh well, there goes your pick, and then all of a sudden, you know, he was back up there.
Well, he got a caution. He got lucky.
Yeah, but still,
man got lucky.
You know, yeah. He still had to get past the trucks, one way or another.
I'm a little mad at Dark Knight, right? So he's got this 97 truck. You can see it on your screen right now. That ugly green truck that he's been racing every week. They have this nice black and orange one. Puddin would totally love him if he would run that. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, It's Your Bro Chase. Congrats on that win, man. That is pretty dominating there. How was that truck? And were you falling apart a little in the second stage, or were you kind of saving it and letting that 97 stick with you?
Wait,
I was
All
talking
right,
about
wait. Are you
always
starting
allow
with
one.
Chase? Who starts with the
No,
leader in interviews?
I mean, everyone on in NASCAR they do.
All
Or
right,
he
go ahead.
joined. Yeah, I don't know.
If you want me to go or
Go
not.
ahead.
We
First
can
off,
save that. You can think about
Chase,
it. Think about your answers.
Chase, are you on Always Allow?
Yeah, that's what I was holding on for.
All right, go ahead. I'll let you go, Enoch.
Well, we can always get back to you, but I really want to know in that second stage, were you letting the 97 stick with you? Did you make an adjustment that kind of wasn't working?
No, I was just I tightened it up a little, like where I needed to
Yeah,
run, so I could run my
I
fuel
hear you.
out. But the truck was still, I mean, it was still fine. It just wasn't. It just needed to, I'd say, my tire a little bit more. Like I could go to like until my fuel light turned on. But I just wanted to run it all the way out to the E.
Yeah, yeah, that's smart, smart. All right, Taddy.
All right, so Chase, right? You've been talking to me for the last 2 days about what you had to do to make the playoffs. I told you sweep, flipping everything, right? I said you need the pole, you need to win stage 1, you need to win stage 2, you need to win the race. You got to hope and pray that the drivers you're racing against don't get good finishes. All of that happened tonight. And then you still have one more week that we don't know where we're going yet. How are you feeling about it, and was that your mentality entering the race? Did you enter this race saying, I need to dominate and then show up and show out?
I just knew that I had to perform like I needed to and have the truck to do it and just run clean and try to get the pole and get out front. And that's what I did.
So there was this one time when I won a race, and I was like, yeah, so I'm cool. I won. Like, yeah, I was just trying to do my own thing. And then reality set in, and I couldn't act anything like you're doing right now. I don't know how you're saying as chill as you are. You just had an amazing race, my man. And I want to congratulate you first and foremost, and I guarantee you that you're going to move considerably up in the points positioning as you have 1 week remaining before the playoffs. Are you still aiming at making the playoffs, or are you more interested in being able to make the Xfinity Series entering next season?
My honest opinion, both of them, to be honest, it's all about trying to get to the playoffs right now, but then we'll worry about the regular season after next week. Just hammer down mentality right now, hammer down, balls to the walls.
Over to you, McLevin. Do you have anything for our race winner?
I mean, not a shock, man. I've raced with Hitchy Bro Chase, know how talented he is, know how fast he is, and I know for sure he knows how to build a setup, so congratulations to you, Chase. You just did a great job, man. Nothing I didn't expect, and I expect you to keep doing it, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're going to send it over to Enoch as we take... We're going to start from the bottom here, as we're going to go with our third place finisher, Dark Knight, co-CEO of the Old School Motorsports Racing League. Go ahead, Enoch.
Oh, hey, you said the bottom. That was such a close finish, man. Nice racing with not even just the end there, but that entire race. 97, way to go.
You can call him Dark
Didn't really
Knight.
see
You don't
you.
have to call him 97.
Yeah, Dark Knight. Oh, it's cool. Yeah, you're a number, right? It's all no. But
I know who you're talking about.
were you making adjustments to make your truck that much better, or did you have it the whole time? You just needed to get the open air.
No, no changes. The whole race,
Yeah,
no changes.
I like that.
I was good from the get-go. Been practicing, going down lap times. Worked with a few guys and mixed some stuff up and got fast. I knew coming in, had a good car and had a good chance. Wasn't expecting that coming from Richie Bro. Hadn't raced with him a whole lot, I don't believe, but a lot of good guys in here, and it's hard competition. But there at the end, I almost, it ran through my mind, should
should I rub him on into the wall and lean on him and take second? Because he bumped me, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I know Billy didn't mean to
Remember
bump
that?
me. Yeah, and that
Right.
was more of me because I was on old tires and I let up, and me letting up got me a little loose, and I got the apron by the time he bumped me. So when he got around, I did the crossover, and I was just thinking to myself, stick, baby, stick, and
Yeah.
so I made the last second there to pull out, not put him in the wall, and I got a little loose, and he just beat me to the line, but I think we made for a good second.
That was great. Yeah, and it's funny how all that goes through your mind in a few seconds. But good
I had a
thinking.
ball, man.
That's smart. That's smart. And
Yeah, I
good
like
running.
racing with these guys. Most of them's clean. If not all, I wouldn't say not clean. I think, some just, all of us struggle with different tracks. And some's better at others.
Yeah, and you said you
Just,
practiced a lot. It paid off.
yep.
All
Appreciate
right.
y'all guys up in the
Wait, hold
booth,
on.
man,
Hold
calling the
on.
race.
I gotta ask. Puddin's out in YouTube land. You drive the green
No.
truck every week, right?
Oh, no. Yeah.
When you have a black and orange truck that you could drive. Puddin is a fan of black and orange. Are you doing that just to spite Puddin?
Oh, yeah. I can't stand that little, well, I can't say that, so this is,
You heard it here first, Puddin. Dark Knight chooses the green truck because he hates your orange.
I call him Joe Dirt. Keystone calls him something else, man. I'm sure most people probably know Keystone's nickname for him, but
Listen, Barry, you put on one heck of a show, and actually, we were watching you and the 51 of Billy Holcomb all the way to the final, and that crossover move that you made on him, I honestly, I couldn't tell from my view. I didn't know who got second, but I thought it was a really nice looking move. And so congratulations on your third place podium finish. And via that, you're in a strong position. I don't think mathematically you can be taken out before the playoffs start. So congratulations on that. You will be a member of the playoffs. So you have one race left. Unfortunately, until I interview the next man, we have no idea where you're going, but I bet we find out here in about 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
you better not, Billy. You better not, man.
All right, McLovin, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
I'm going to go ahead and let you take the lead on the next one. The 51 truck, Billy Holcomb, you've actually raced with him multiple times this season as you were a member of the league. So you've seen what Billy has in store, and you've seen him finishing second. Go ahead and take this one.
Yeah, Billy, first of all, if I could just get your opinions on today's race and how your truck felt throughout the run.
Yeah, I had a good truck coming in. I made a last minute change before qualifying, and I should have left it. I kind of got a little bit too tight, and the first stage, man, I didn't get the qualifying time I wanted. I dropped about a tenth and a half, and I just I was riding there for a few minutes, just trying to get through a little traffic, and I got kind of pinned on the outside, got spun out in the first stage, and rode around the whole stage, rest of the stage with a bunch of damage, and wound up going a lap down at the end of the stage. Stage two, just trying to drive as hard as I could. Not sure where I finished. I think it was like fifth or something in the second stage. And then third stage, man, I was all out, man. I kind of freed it up a little bit, got it running good, and just pretty much just ran out of laps there at the end. Me and Dark had a little good battle. Like he said, he kind of checked up there in the corner. I knew he was protecting the bottom, and I got into him by accident. I wasn't anticipating that, but we had a good little finish there. I think we put on something good for the fans right there. But I figured he was going to push me up a little bit, so I just kind of stayed in it. That way, if I did hit the wall, we both kind of bounce off. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy, man, to come home with second, man. I felt I had to play catch up the whole race. So, all in all, it was a good race.
I'll just tell you, man, impressive run. Love seeing you out on the track. You're always very consistent. I got to say, the improvements you've made throughout the last year have also been wild. You show speed every week, and this is the reason you're the regular season champion, man, is just that consistency. You show up and show out every week, and you bring the best truck you can to the track, so congratulations on that.
Appreciate that.
And if we could, do you know where we're going next week?
I think we're going to head to the Lady in Black, man. We're going to do some Darlington, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
I
do
can
some
hug your neck.
Darlington,
I can
man.
hug your neck now. I was so scared you was gonna say Sonoma. I was ready to
Nah,
choke
man, I wouldn't do y'all that way, man.
I
We
gotta
just
tell you,
raced that. It was a nightmare, and it's
listen,
finished.
are you partners with Ryan Morgan, aka Arkham, by any chance?
No, I sure ain't.
Okay, he's on the outside looking in at making it to the playoffs. Darlington is his absolute favorite track, and honestly, I haven't met a driver that's better at that track than Ryan Morgan, aka Arkham. So, you may or may not have just made his left pinky stand.
Well, hopefully he can prove me right then and get him a win.
Well,
Oh, funny story. As soon
saying
as you
on
say
that,
that, he joins the deal. But
welcome, Mr. Billy.
yeah,
Saying
uh,
that, I live 45
congratulations.
minutes away from Darlington.
Dude,
congratulations on your second place
I'm about
finish,
an hour
man.
and a half from Darlington.
Yeah, yo, congrats on that second place finish, man. That was a hell of a fight. I was saying to them, I didn't see you the entire race, and then all of a sudden you're there, and that was pretty sick. Is that like, are you kind of guy that likes to creep around in the back, or was that just because of the damage in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got put a lap down in the first
Yeah,
stage, and I
yeah.
just I had to make my way back through. I didn't want to get in anybody, so I was just running my line, just running the track and not running guys. So and
Yeah.
just trying to work my way up there, man.
Perfect. I like that. Very good job, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Alright.
definitely keeping an eye on you.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and end this stream. Billy, you were able to extend your points lead, so congratulations on that. Getting ready to enter next week. That should, regardless of the outcome of next week, that should give you the 3 extra playoff points for winning the regular season title. But only time will tell as you pick the track, so hopefully you don't get shown up by your competitors, aka Matthew Montgomery in the 2 truck. But we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. We're going to start with you, McLovin. Final thoughts?
Man, great race overall. A lot of great side-by-side racing. Gotta say, man, congratulations to your top 3 finishers. It's your bro, Dark Knight and Billy, for putting on a great battle there at the end. And we'll see you next week at Darlington, where it's going to be a struggle for everyone, and it's going to be all about holding on to your truck, so it should be fun.
All right,
Thanks, man.
and over to you there, Enoch. 10 races in. We've had 4 cautions on the season. Doubled that count tonight. Final thoughts?
Man, there was only 2. There could have been so many more. That was exciting, man. It's getting to the end. They're really showing what they got, showing what they want to. They want that spot. They're gonna fight for it, and respectfully too. They're not driving their trucks like they don't know what they're doing. They're doing a great job, and I can't wait to see Darlington as well, man. That's a tough skinny track. There, really have to hold your line.
Yeah, so headed to Darlington. We have 4 cautions on the season and 10 races. I expect that number to quadruple next week, as I don't know how other people feel, but that is my least favorite track on the game. I would actually rather put my left arm in a meat grinder, but these guys get to tame that track next week, so hopefully the 51 picked the track, so maybe he can beat the 52. Otherwise, the 52 is trying to sweep everything yet again and try to make his way into the playoffs. So tune in next Tuesday night around 6:55 as we have who's our special guest next week? Let me check real quick. Sorry about this. This makes me look bad not knowing. I believe actually we're supposed to
Get
be
your stuff
bringing
together.
Trinity and Dark Knight back in next week. Dark Knight, you're in here and you didn't even call me out on that. But yeah, Trinity and Dark Knight's supposed to come back in for the old school motorsports as they get to talk about it. So tune in next week as they get to talk. And then we're going to tame our final regular season points race at the Lady in Black that Billy Holcomb has chosen. So tune in next Tuesday at 6:55 and we'll see you then, race fans.